Okay, so day 51. Day 51 sugar diet, and scale was 212.9. That's a loss of 1.8 pounds on the scales this morning. So good result. That's a good result. If it keeps going like that, it's not too bad. Now I kind of from before, even before losing weight, or just kind of listening to my body or whatever, I knew once I went down, I knew once I settled at like 215, 216, once I started going below it, it'd be easier to drop a bit of weight now. So hopefully, what I'm hoping for, it's going to go down to the low 200s and maybe below 200 and beyond it, hopefully. But I'm thinking maybe a 15 to 20 pound drop, or even 10 pound drop, would be great. So hopefully that's what's going to happen. That's what's happening so far. So far so good. So what I had yesterday was, in the morning, a bottle of orange juice and snake juice. Now someone was saying cut back on the snake juice in the comments because I'm going to take a drink of this. This is a smoothie I started buying in Aldi. They're nice and they're cheap. I want to talk a bit about that as well, just about the diet, how easy and cheap even to cook food for it, or just to buy food. It's cheap and easy as well, which is another great plus for any diet. But so yeah, I had this snake juice and a bottle of orange juice in the morning. Someone said that to cut down on the snake juice because you're only going to hold water or whatever. But my plan on the snake juice is just to drink it the same amount consistently, like say about make up to 2 liter bottle of Cole Robinson's snake juice recipe, and drink that every day. Just have that 2 liter bottle of snake juice every day and drink it through the day. That way, whatever water I'm holding, I'll just be holding it every single day. It'll be the same. It won't make any difference in the weighing scales. So even though I'm sure water weight makes a difference every single time I weigh myself, there's stuff I'd say going on in my body that I'll never understand. But so anyway, back to the food. So then at lunch I had a smoothie and snake juice again. It was low enough calorie yesterday, and because I just wanted to start getting the scales going down again if I can. Then at 6 o'clock I had a packet of Haribo and a smoothie. One of these smoothies that I bought from Aldi. There's about 350 calories in it, and it tastes lovely and it keeps me satiated. Like every single day of the 51 days that I've started this, I have never left myself hungry. There might have been an hour here and there when I'd be coming home from work where I couldn't get to food or whatever else, but I'd usually either buy a packet of Haribo or buy a smoothie or something like that, just to take care of the hunger. But like, I've never left myself hungry, which is great with this diet, because I'm sure, now I've talked about this before, and I like I said, I'm no expert, but I'm sure it keeps the cortisol down, because when you're hungry, you're sort of like you're in a fight or flight state. So your hormones, especially the stress hormones, are up, and once cortisol is up, you can't really lose weight. So I'm sure that takes care of it. Plus, with the high energy, really takes care of that as well. The high alert state. If you have plenty of energy, you're much more calmer. So this diet for me takes care of a lot of different things. But yeah, so like, I just came home today from work, and I'm not going to have anything else to eat past 6 o'clock, 6 or 7 o'clock if I can. Some days it'll have to be past 6, but 6 o'clock usually I'm just going to stop eating after that and see how much of a difference it makes. I'm sure it will make a bit of a difference. But I come in, I just put 2 bags of mixed vegetables in the microwave. I know people have been commenting that the plastic in it isn't the best, but it's just so handy, and it's so, I like the taste of it when it's done in the bag. They seem to be a fresh taste. So I had 2 bags of that, and I had 160 grams of prawns. This is just today. I'm just talking about this now because I found it so easy. Like, it was 7 minutes for the vegetables, and the same with the prawns. I put a little bit of hot sauce on it and a few salt and pepper, and I totally enjoyed it. I felt like when I was eating it, I said I could spend the rest of my life eating this way, no problem. Like, no problem with maybe throwing chicken in instead of the prawns, or adding a little bit of rice, or maybe real lean meat and potatoes maybe some nights, or whatever. So, like, there's so much variety in this diet, the sugar diet. And like someone was saying, like, someone was commenting, what happens when you get to your goal weight? Like when I get to my goal weight, it'll be even more. Like, every night, I hope to have this every single night, to have a meal, a low fat meal, definitely under 10 grams of fat, with lean protein and vegetables, or rice or potatoes, like most nights. And then during in the mornings, or here and there, every so often, just have a fruit and juice and smoothie day, maybe twice a week, or whatever, whenever I feel like doing it. And then the rest of the days having nice meals, low fat meals. So that's what I done today, and it was lovely. And I feel the one thing about this as well. After I went to the Italian restaurant on Sunday, and like, what else did I have to eat? I had the banana chips. There was a lot. There's chemicals and preservatives and all that in that. I didn't feel great the next day. It was just not a good feeling, like, with all the sauces and everything in the Italian. But like today, I woke up and I felt great after the sugar day I had yesterday. I felt great, energetic when I woke up. I feel great now, even after eating that meal of just vegetables and prawns with a little bit of hot sauce on it. I feel satiated, and not bloated, and not like heavy or anything, just nice and light. That's my phone ringing away, so I'm just gonna let it ring. So I feel lovely and light, and like I keep saying, what I don't want any more from a diet. Anyway, this is like Cole was saying on his live. I just got the last bit of his live today. It's the perfect diet, the perfect macro split, and I've even been surprised myself. And there's been a lot of comments about how low the calories have been some days when on this diet for me. And I've even been surprised myself when I'm doing it in the morning, and I'm saying, geez, that is low calories. But like Cole was saying, with the macro split on this diet, you don't need as high of calories. And the calories that you're eating, you're not going to put on with carbs. It's only about 1/3 of it really goes to your fat stores. If you're eating over your calorie intake for the day, it only 1/3 of it only goes to your fat stores. So like, the other 2/3 of it will not be saved as fat, which is great. Like, whereas fat will be, or protein potentially can be. I was listening to Sugar is Life. Zach was doing I just listened to a little bit of his video there before I got on here, and he was saying about how it's impossible to lose a pound of fat a day. And he's right. Technically, he's right. Now, he probably knows a lot more of the technical stuff than I do, but I know that it's 3,500 grams or 3,500 calories for 1 pound of fat. So it takes a while to put a pound of fat on them. And when you're measuring yourself on the scale, a lot of it is water fluctuation, but I like it. I don't get too down if it's up a bit, or I don't get too excited if it's down a bit. But it's nice to see what's going on in your body, and it's a way that I can keep track of things every single day, along with doing this. But there's another aspect to it as well. I was watching a video yesterday, and I forget her name now, but she was really, really good. She went into the spiritual aspect of I believe everything has a spiritual aspect to it. With addictions, which are not too dissimilar from food. Like, I don't think food is as addictive as, say, hard drugs or whatever. But there's definitely a spiritual aspect to everything. Like when we were talking about cortisol, when I feel spiritually well, which means I feel content or I feel at peace, with how my life is, or on a day-to-day basis, there'll be low cortisol. The stress hormones aren't as high, therefore you can lose weight. That's just one spiritual aspect to it. But for me, everything has that spiritual aspect. When I'm fulfilled inside without anything from outside, as in food or whatever, I'm not going to want to eat as much. I'm not going to crave much. So and exercise is a part of that as well. Just a little bit of exercise keeps me content. Not even the calories you burn, there's that too, like, which is great, but just the how good it is for your well-being. And the sleep is another thing, which is a spiritual aspect to it as well. So when you're taking care of all that, like, I feel, which is getting a bit too much into the weeds of it here, this is my opinion, but there's a spiritual and a scientific aspect to everything. I'd say, like fat loss, or like, we know 3,500 grams, and we kind of know, like, you can never really measure it. But what I'm saying is, I don't think we know all of the science of how you lose weight every day, to the exact calorie or whatever. And I don't think we definitely understand all the spiritual aspect to life. So there's a lot that's unknown, like everything. Do you know what I mean? So really, like, people have been sharing or commenting, it's listening to your own body in your own situation. So if that makes sense, but that's getting into the weeds of it. But it really, really, I believe, from being in recovery and from getting away from a lot of addictions, a spiritual aspect is the number one thing for me to get away from all those things. And then the scientific part of it comes in, and all different things, awareness or whatever you want to call it. But I know for sure losing fat off your body makes you feel healthier, makes you feel good. It gives you a bit of confidence. You feel good about your life. You feel, I'm doing the right things here in my life. It gives you that contentment. It gives you everything. But like everything else as well, you need other people like this here, like Cole, like all the influencers, all the big channels, little channels, and the people that comment on my videos. Like, I need that as well to help me to lose weight. It's much easier with all that. So it's a great little adventure, or a great little journey. Life in general, I suppose. But this sugar fast or sugar diet is, for me, it really feels right. It really feels right. So, I'm going to continue it on. Like I said, I feel now even more confident. I'm going to hit my goal. I'm going to go to maintenance, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. We'll take a day at a time, and we'll take it from there. So thanks for all the support as usual. Thank you very much. And I'll see you tomorrow.